All right. Hi, I'm Sunny Harris. I've been trading for 44 years. I'm a PhD mathematician, and that doesn't even matter when it comes to the market. When it comes to the market, it's all about dancing with the markets using my SunnyBands indicator. I say dancing because the male partner is the market doing the lead, and your job is to be the female partner dancing backwards with your eyes closed. And there's nothing better than a French accent, is there? My passion is helping beginners, intermediates, and advanced traders. And this talk is for the traders who have not yet become wildly successful and who want to, people who have not traded much and want to learn, and folks who want to improve their trading results. So if you fall in one of those categories, this talk's for you. I love to teach, mentor, and consult. I do mentoring, I do programming and consulting. And I teach people for free how to use TradeStation. And I have a live trading room every morning at 7:30 a.m. California time. And I show you exactly what I do and tell you what I'm doing and why as we watch the market together. I'm one of the few, if not the only, who gives you my cell phone number, 760-908-3070. Give me a call. And I'm serious about that. I don't have an assistant answering the phone for me or a sales team. It's just me. And of course, the summary of this is you can and will lose money trading. It's a dangerous profession, and 90% of the people who try it fail at it. So if you want to join me with SunnyBands, hopefully that'll improve your results. And I have a 75% win ratio. Right now it's 80%, but I say 75% to be safe. And past performance is not a predictor of future results. All investing involves risk of loss, and individual investments may vary. The examples provided herein it may not be representative of typical results. Now, this is what the powers that be say I have to tell you. What I want to tell you is never risk more than you can afford to lose. And I have a full disclosure and details on my website. I'll post these slides to moneymentor.com. You see my website down at the bottom of every page, moneymentor.com. I'm going to tell you in this presentation exactly how I trade every day. And we're up in my live trading room. We're up 24% for the year so far, which is better than the S&P did all of last year. 23.3% is what the S&P made, and I'm up 24% in 4 weeks. I use my very own proprietary indicators that I have programmed for my own use. SunnyBands, the dynamic moving average histogram, and slope. That's all I use. Every day I look at the same screen. Every day I place my trades from the same screen. If you're doing it right, trading is boring. And I don't hold anything back. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do here. So let's see. I'm a professional trader and have been for 44 years. I trade futures, stocks, and crypto, and I don't trade options. The only thing I know how to do with options is lose money. So since the goal of trading is to make money, I don't trade options. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and show you exactly how I trade. I've been a professional trader since 1981 through all the crashes during that time. And crashes are nothing to worry about. You just want to be short, that's all. And as well as the next one, which will come. We don't know when, we don't know how, but there's always another crash. I trade the S&P 500 futures contract primarily. That's what I do intraday. And then longer term, which to me means a couple of weeks, I trade on 1 minute and 5 minute charts. Thank you. And the S&P, I've heard people say it's the most difficult market to trade, but I've specialized in it. So to me, it's the easiest one to trade, and I'd be happy to show you how I do it. I do have long-term stock holdings, which means a week or more, and I trade a little bit of crypto. So today I'm going to show you how I trade SunnyBands, my dynamic moving averages, DMA, and I'll explain that in a few minutes, in fast markets, and I also use my compounding spreadsheet called Ultimate F, which is the ultimate fraction at which to compound your number of contracts that you're trading. I also have a podcast called The Sunny Harris Show, and I feature the legends in the trading industry, and you can see it right there. And when I post the PDF, you'll be able to just click on it. We've had people like Larry Williams, Jake Bernstein, Steve Nissen, Linda Raschke, Alex Elder, Cynthia Case, Sherman McClellan, Carolyn Baroden, Greg Morris, John Bollinger, and many more. There are 50 podcasts posted so far. Come on. I was number one trader twice with 365% one year and 178% the next year. This last year, 2024, in my live trading room, I posted 482%, I think, profit. And there you can see number one right at the top of the CTA rankings. I also have, as I said, a live trading room. It's daily by subscription. We start trading at 7:30 every morning, and we trade for 1 hour. Yeah, 482% for 2024. And we're up 22%. Actually, it's 24% now for 2025. I grew up dirt poor in Appalachia. In fact, near where the hurricane was in Asheville, North Carolina. I have 3 degrees in mathematics, a degree in telecommunications, which I got after I retired, and business programming classes at Stanford, Wharton, UCLA, and several more. I've been programming for 56 years, trading for 44. I was initially a systems programmer for Lockheed, and we did all kinds of fun secret things up there, and I used mathematics to analyze stress analysis of we worked on the space shuttle, we worked on spy satellites, and lots of other good stuff. I was one of the founders of ISCO, which was the world's leader in computer graphics software, and I retired when I was 30. I gave my millions to money managers, and in 3 weeks, first 3 weeks, they lost $75,000. And so I decided I can do that poorly on my own, and I taught myself to trade. And I initially read 117 related books, and now I have read 747. Anybody that attends one of my live presentations can see my bookshelf behind me. And I didn't enter a single trade for the first year of watching the market. I just charted it. And back then it was charting by hand on graph paper because there was no software yet for it. And I just watched to learn the rhythm. I was real interested in learning the rhythm of the markets. And that's what I still do, is pick up on the rhythm. And I do this by asking what is true. I ask the question, what is true, over and over again. And I did publish a monthly magazine for 8 years before internet, and nobody wanted to print and paper anymore. So I've written 6 best-selling trading books: Trading 101, Trading 102, Electronic Day Trading 101, Getting Started in Trading, TradeStation Made Easy, and just for fun, I did a book called Going Vegan with my friend Linda Blair. Wrote Using Easy Language 9.x with Murray Ruggiero. And then last year, well, it's actually 2023, I guess, the definitive guide to TradeStation's easy language and OOEL programming with my friend and programmer, Samuel K. Tennis. And I've written articles for all the major magazines. I'll just run through that. And here are the books I've written, covers at least. And here's the latest one, Easy Language OOEL Programming. And that's for serious students of the markets who want to do back testing and see what really works. And I've been rated in the top 10 consultants and top 10 courses and seminars, and #1 trader by Stock Research. And I belong to all the prominent, uh, all the prominent clubs and societies and membership organizations. I have a quips and quotes page on my Money Mentor website, so you can read every email that's ever been sent to me talking about my work. And here's one. I'm not going to read this one today, but this guy realized that SunnyBands are not Bollinger Bands or Keltner. And I thought it was particularly funny that he said he almost spit out his coffee when someone said, no, they're just Bollies. They're not Bollinger Bands. And I have a Facebook page. I do from time to time post my market predictions for free. And just look for Sunny Harris and you'll find it. And as I said, I'm going to post a PDF of this talk on MoneyMentor.com. I do have customers all over the world, so don't be afraid to call me. I'm not afraid of time zones if you're not. This next slide is probably the most important slide in the whole presentation. This is what you need to do for yourself. If you're going to be a successful trader, you need to have a plan. You need to have a chart that tells you where you're going, and you need to stay to the linear regression line. So how to make a six-figure income is the most important slide. Let's say you want to make 120 grand a year. Now that seems impossible when you look at it that way, but if you will divide it by 10 months, 12 months, sorry, then you can get $10,000 a month. So that's your goal. But that's still kind of difficult to see in advance. And so then you divide that by 20 trading days, and it's only $500 a day. So if you can make $500 a day, then you're making a six-figure income. And the nice thing is that's just 5 $100 trades each. That you can do. That's definitely feasible. And in the S&P, there's generally $1,000 to $3,500 a day potential going long and short, just one contract. So I'm going to break it all down and show you exactly how I trade. And the next few images look a little complex, but they're really not. I'll explain it all to you. And I use color coding to key me into action. I know when something's red, what that means, when it's green, what that means. And there you go. There's SunnyBands on an ES chart. ES is the E-mini contract. So you can see that I've got two bands, one on the top and one on the bottom that are green. Inside of that, I have teal on the top and teal on the bottom. And through the middle, and this is the key to everything, we have a gold line and a purple line. And those lines are my dynamic moving average. And that's the key to everything here. The dynamic moving average removes most of the whipsaw from the markets. Below that, we have the dynamic moving average histogram, which is gold when gold is on top, and it's purple when purple's on top. That's the key to the whole thing. When it turns green, it means that the purple has lost its momentum and is moving up. When the gold line turns red, it means the market's losing its momentum and going down. And then I have a little one called Who's on Top that shows me purple or gold real quick. See, the color cues me into what I want to do. And I have another indicator called slope that shows me what the slope of the DMA is, dynamic moving average. And then that way I can tell also when the momentum's being lost and we're moving in the opposite direction. Here is the ES on a 15-minute chart. You see how it looks just the same. SunnyBands works on any symbol and any time frame. Here it is, same thing on a 5-minute chart. And you can see once again, it's following the upper outer band, hits on the DMA, goes up to the upper outer band, hits again on the DMA, and then goes up again. And this is the same on any chart. This is an ES 1-minute chart, if this works right. No, it doesn't. So there's the 1-minute chart. And when it's going down like this, it's scary for most people. It looks like you're losing value. Well, to me, that's not. To me, that's a great opportunity for shorting. And then as it goes up, how do you know down here that it's not going to go up or down anymore? How do you know that that's over? Well, we look at the histogram, we look at slope, and we look at the position relative to the SunnyBands. There's no such thing as presence. We all look at the hard right edge of the chart. Every one of us has to look at the hard right edge because there's no such thing as future data. We don't know where the market's going before it goes. So what we need to do is ask over and over and over again, what is true? With every new bar on the chart, ask what is true. So how do you trade that? Because it's easier to see in hindsight. And the chart doesn't tell you much by itself. In fact, it just looks scary. So is it going down further? Is it at a bottom? Or is it going to turn around? And if so, where? What's low and what's high? And when do you enter? That's what we all struggle with every day. I do add Fibonacci lines to my charts. You can see here, I pulled this one from top to bottom or bottom to top. And you can see that the expectation is for it to drop back down to the 23 line. I call things that attract price to them, I call them attractors. So we've got a Fibonacci line here that's an attractor. We've also got a long-term trend line across the chart. That's an attractor. And price does fall to these levels or rise to the levels. Moving averages are also attractors. You've heard reversion to the mean. I'm sure you've heard that over and over. And look at that, right at the 21 level, that thing stopped. So I add my SunnyBands and my dynamic moving average histogram, another indicator called who's on top, and slope to every chart. I also have one called PHW, which stands for potential hourly wage. And I used that in the beginning, and I used it on everything I researched to see how much money is in the chart. I don't want to trade it if there's no money in it. So here we have all three of them together on one chart. Fibonacci lines, a trend line, SunnyBands, and the histogram. Now, I do teach TradeStation for free, so if you want to learn TradeStation, you can give me a call. At the bottom of every slide is my cell phone number, so if you forget it, so give me a call, shoot me an email. I'm at sunny@moneymentor.com. There's the phone number, and there's the website, Sunny with a U at moneymentor.com. So I added attractors. They're not just support and resistance. Trend lines are also attractors. Moving averages are attractors. Fibonacci retracements are attractors. And Elliott waves are attractors. And I'm sure there are more we could name if we want to go through them all. Anything that attracts price to it, I call an attractor, which just means the overall group. It's the group of things that price is attracted to. So let's go farther. Here's the PHW, potential hourly wage. Are you going to make more than you would working at McDonald's? Or are you going to be throwing money into the pot? You got to know if you're going to make more by trading than by working for a living. And the dots are put at the ideal turning points. Of course, we can't be perfect. So what I do is take 60% of the ideal, and I figure that we can make that because you can leave 20% on the table going in. You can leave 20% on the table going out. And if you can catch that 60%, that's the goal. And there's the PHW dots. You can see how they capture the perfect turning points over and over and over again. And right out at the right-hand edge of the chart, it prints out the results. It gives you, it's written over itself here, but buy and hold, and the ideal dollars and the PHW dollars, the ideal number of trades, and then the date span of the chart. So this is what I do when I'm looking at a new symbol to see if it's worth trading or not. If you were to buy and hold the Dow Jones beginning in 2020 and selling at the end, which is today, That's $34,000. So that's buy and hold on the Dow. 60% of the ideal on the same chart is $327,000 versus, what did I say, 32? So trading is potentially a lot more money than buy and hold. It's quite a difference there. To facilitate the learning of my indicators, I do a live trading room every morning by subscription, and I show exactly how I'm trading and why I'm trading. And it's every morning from 7:30 in the morning till 8:30 in the morning Pacific time. And I trade live for 1 hour. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but right now we're above the average. So I'm going to show you a 99-second video condensation of one of my live trading rooms. That way you can see what it is I'm doing and see if you're interested. So we start with the disclaimer. And there's my contact information. And this is called Trade Along with Sunny. Black DMA with gold on top. I don't really expect it to go much lower than the DMA. If it goes down and closes into the DMA, then I'm sure. That 1 minute NASDAQ is going straight up. Look, right, it's trying. Let's see what this is doing. Come on. And I talk to the market. What I'm watching right now, see if that's going to go above this in again. And if it does, seems to me like it's going to be order fill. Good job. Thank you. That was a perfect exit on that trade, wasn't it? Sure was. Yeah. Yeah. I've taken two of them. Have you? Did you make any money? Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. And there's my contact information again. So please give me a call. I'm serious. I answer the phone. And let's see, we've got a chart of NVIDIA. This is a few days old, so you can see that it had a big drop yesterday. Everybody knows that. But I'm buying NVIDIA again. And let's look at NVIDIA. Buy and hold was $923 versus 4,400 trading. So there's a lot more opportunity in trading a chart than there isn't just buy and hold. That was on a daily chart with one share, not 10 shares, not 100 shares, but one share, $4,000. Let's look at Tesla. Same SunnyBands, same idea, bands on the top, bands on the bottom, inner band, and the purple and gold lines are the dynamic moving average. Tesla was $237 buy and hold on that chart. Trading, though, was over $2,000 per share, one share. On the S&P, same SunnyBands, same fib line, same trend line, and the daily chart made $418 with buy and hold, but $4,800 trading per share again. And 60% of the ideal then is 29.23. You can catch that. That's what's possible. And that was over 20 years. $418 per share over 20 years is not much. I'd much rather trade things than buy and hold. Here's the S&P on a 15-minute chart. This time I also have moving averages on here. I've got a little moving average that writes its value. So this is the 21 moving average is blue. It says less than, so we know price is below that. And then the 55 and the 200 are right down here. And you can see it says greater than. So it's greater than both of these values. Buy and hold on that chart was $75. Trading was $1,500 per share. And 60% of the ideal is $910 per share, which is definitely more than $75. And that one was over a 9-month chart. The SPY on a yearly chart looks like this. And you see it's just going up and up and up. So anybody that tells you we're in a bear market is probably wrong right now. It's fighting a bear market, but it's still working at a bull market. The traders chart on the same contract looks like this. It's on a daily chart, and you're going to be buying and selling at each of the yellow dots. And if you want to trade fast markets, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, that kind of thing, here's what we're looking at. And this one's on Metastock, I think. I have my indicators are available for Metastock, TradeStation, Traders Workstation, Multi-Charts, NinjaTrader. I think that's it. And here's what a trader's view looks like. Here we see sell, buy, and sell. And then there's the last one, which is a buy. My indicators again work on any symbol on any time frame. Yes, 5 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. Yes, daily. Everything. It all works. Usually I get the question right after the presentation, will it work on any time frame? Or will it work on my symbol? And the answer to all of those is yes. Crypto, stocks, futures, whatever. Mutual funds. And how do you know in 1982 to buy Apple at 12 cents or 32 cents or whatever it was and hold it for 40 years? Well, I look at my SunnyBands, the dynamic moving average histogram, and my PHW indicators, and it tells me all I need to know. SunnyBands is an offshoot of my dynamic moving average. This indicator was designed to allow me to investigate excursions from the DMA, both favorable and adverse. The bands are average true ranges away from the dynamic moving average, which also makes them dynamic because they're being calculated from dynamically changing inputs. So you don't put an input for the links of the moving averages. You let the dynamic moving average calculate them by itself. No, they're not Bollinger Bands. John uses standard deviations away from a simple moving average. Standard deviations tell the market where it should go statistically. And the simple moving average is the one with the most whipsaw. And I'm sure you've experienced, if you've been trading, whipsaw with standard moving averages because they cross back and forth over each other, and you lose the money that you made in trends. But the DMA is smooth and dances seamlessly with the market. That's why I say it dances with the market. And I use average true range, which asks the market where it has been and where it is going. Not where it should go, but where it is going. So here's simple moving averages on the chart. You can see we've got the 21, the 55, and the 200. And here we have daily ES with those averages on it. And here's Apple on a daily chart. The SunnyBands dance seamlessly with the market. They're going up, 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 and right up here we go short. Here's what simple moving averages look like on the daily chart. And you can see here crossover, crossover, crossover. See right there, it even killed all your profit. There's another crossover, and you can see how late it is entering. And another crossover, and it's almost at the bottom of the move where it would say to go short, so that's not effective. And long and short again. Here, this is the signals right at the bottom of the market, and et cetera, et cetera. It just crosses over too late and too often. Whipsaw means price or indicator is moving back and forth with no trend. So anybody can catch a trend, but the change in trend is what's difficult. You lose money on both sides of a price swing with whipsaw. So the last chart was full of whipsaw. Now let's look at the crossover signals. In my experience, whipsaw eats up all the profits you made from the trends. The signals are late, and it's a very lagging indicator. But you still hear it on all the television and the news channels. You know, the 20 moving average is what most people use. 20 moving average is still above price or is still below price, and It just whips you to death. So many years ago, I set out to cure whipsaw. I wanted the links of the moving averages to change with the market automatically. I started with tables with values in them to look up, and then I developed the mathematics that's behind this. It took me 18 months of 18-hour days every single day of the week to figure out the mathematics of that. But I did it, and that's what became the dynamic moving average, my DMA. It calculates its own lengths, and that's what's key to it. On a standard moving average, you might see 9 and 18 as the inputs, slow moving average and the fast moving average and the slow moving average. But mine changes with every tick of the market. That's why I say it dances with the market. Here we have the dynamic moving average and the simple moving average on one chart, and it's kind of full of too much information, but you can see when the standard moving average is crossing over, mine is still staying right with the market. So let's look at that a little closer. We've got let's go back. So you've got a crossover here, but this dynamic moving average is still with this until this point over here. And here it's going down. Even though we've got a lot of whipsaw in this, the ultimate goal is to stay with the dynamic moving average and the trend. It's unique because no one else has been able to do it. I've seen articles in Stocks and Commodities magazine and on the internet and in books. Everybody's tried to do the same thing, but no one has been able to yet. That's not saying they're not going to, but mine calculates its own lengths dynamically within the mathematics. On top of that, the market moves just about as much as it usually moves, which led me to use the average true range to measure how much it really moves. And as I said, others have tried, but none comes close yet. So the SunnyBands rules are pretty easy. When the market's going up, and I use blue candles because my SunnyBands is green and it makes the blue easier to stand out so I can see it. When it gets above the upper outer sunny band and turns red and dips below the upper outer band, I go short. When the market's going down on red candles and gets below the lower outer band and turns blue and pops above the lower outer band, I go long. That's most of it right there. Now, there are some more sophisticated rules that go with it, and I'm happy to teach you those in person. I'm happy to set up a Zoom call with you and we can go over it together. And that's free, again. So there are a few more little complex rules, but they're not anything to worry about. So in the same amount of time, the investor made $168 a share. The trader made $2.99 per share. And the day trader made $6.10 per share. If you'd started with 100 shares, the investor would have made $16,000. Trader made $29,000. And the day trader could have made $61,000. And that's the PHW values. If you started at 47 cents in 1981 and the current price of 156, the investor made 399%, which looks really wonderful. But the trader made 635% in the same amount of time. The day trader would have made 1,200%. So I am both a trader and an investor. I'm a trader on the E-mini. I'm an investor when it comes to stocks and crypto. So let's ask the question, is it possible? Well, yes and no. You can't catch all the moves. According to my research, again, you can only capture about 60% of each move, and that's what's reflected in the PHW. The investor gets to sit through lots of long periods of scary negative markets. What do you do when it's going down? Well, you read the SunnyBands and see what they say and stick with it. So the trader can go short, which is the advantage of trading, is the investor is going to be holding long for the long term, and the trader gets buy and sell, buy and sell. So here are my rules. I have a little 4-page summary of SunnyBands rules that I follow, and these rules are available on MoneyMentor.com under Downloads. It's called SunnyBands Rules. Remember that everything in this presentation is for educational purposes only, but here are the rules. I've got level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you get to look at all 3 of these at the same time. Level 1 is I enter long when red candles have been moving downward and touch the lower outer band and turn blue. And it has to move back inside the lower outer band and I say if price confirms. By that I mean if the price is moving down and you want to go long, you want the next candle to go up to show you that it confirms the up price or the long price. And that's what the chart looks like. So we see blue bars going up. We hesitate here a little bit and go up further. I enter short when blue candles have moving upward and touch the upper outer band and turn red, which you can see right here. And the second candle confirms by turning red, and they move back inside the upper outer band. Again, we want price to confirm that. If we want to go down, we want the second bar to turn down. Level 2 is if the DMA midline is flat, that way the angle is visually sideways, then I don't, quote, expect price to move very far beyond the midline. And you can see right here, purple and gold are flat. And so price moves up to the DMA and then down and then up and then down. So flat DMA says to me, danger, danger, be cautious. It's really important that you get the confirmation bar in order to trade a flat DMA because it often acts as a barrier to further movement. And level 3 is if you have a trend, stay with it. The gold is on top and we have a positive slope. I stay long until the DMA, the gold line, is penetrated. See, so we're long from down here. We had 2 blue candles, penetrated the lower outer band, and comes up to a flat DMA. We're still holding, still holding, still holding. And then it turns red, and the second bar penetrates the dynamic moving average, the DMA. So then I'm out. Again, more level 3, stay with the trend. If purple's on top and we have a negative slope, stay short until the DMA is penetrated. So you can see this example, purple on top, stay, 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 and right here it's penetrated. So we take profits. That's it. That's how simple that is. So now we can look at the fast moving markets as traders. Let's look at 3 things. Let's look at gold, the E-mini, and crude just real quick. So you can see 3 different charts, 3 different time frames, and you can see how it moves. Here we have a sell signal on the SunnyBands, penetrates the DMA, and we go down. And then as I said in the beginning, I use color coding to cue me into what's going on the chart. And right here we have blue and red bars for the day session and green and magenta bars for the night session because I do not like to trade the night session. I'm not going to stay up 24 hours at a time, day after day. So I use these colors to let me know what's happening. And the SPY on a 5-minute chart, you can see the same idea. Below there, goes up, comes up, trades down. We go down with it. Purple's still on top. We stay there until it crosses. And when I do have a 7-day free trial of my indicators. So if you want to get a 7-day free trial, you get 2 free Zoom calls. One to help you set it up and get it going on your machine, and we go over the rules together. And the second Zoom session is in the live market, so you can see it with real data, real time, and watch it on your whatever, your symbols. So those are free and come with the free trial. Here's gold. You can see the same idea, same SunnyBands. If you're doing it right, trading is boring. So it's just wash, rinse, repeat if necessary. And we just go over and over and over again, same stuff. Here's gold on a 15-minute chart. We can see it hits the flat DMA, comes back down, and then it comes back up. And I'm out at the end of every session. I don't hold positions overnight anymore, except in stocks. I don't trade gold overnight. I don't trade the ES overnight. Too much news is possible. Well, we saw that just the other day, didn't we? We had a big drop in the after hours market. Crude oil, same idea. Same SunnyBands, same DMA, same exact rules. On a 15-minute chart, we have this confirmation here. We go down, 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 and we're out at the end of the day, which is right here. There's a technical analysis of Stocks and Commodities magazine prints a liquidity table in the back of every issue. It's like in the back 3 or 4 or 5 pages. And you can see that the reason I trade the E-mini is because that is the most liquid contract in the world. You can see how it's so liquid that goes off the edge of the page. So because it's so liquid, I can get in and out of a trade. I always say, don't buy something you can't sell. So if you're down here looking at soybeans or crude or natural gas, all these things have low liquidity. So the chance of you getting a split fill is high. And you can buy and sell very quickly in the S&P. So I look at the PHW on radar screen, which is a TradeStation sort of spreadsheet. And I ask which one should I trade? Which one makes the most profit is the answer. So there we have ES, crude, and gold. And you can see that the ES makes the most money. Gold is second, and the crude is pretty low comparatively. So what do you think I trade? It's the one with the most profit. There's only one reason to trade, and that's to make money. If you're doing it for any other reason, excitement, the challenge, uh, gambling, any of those things, don't do it. Just give it up. I get often asked, why do I still trade? Why do I sell indicators? Why do I do consulting and still trading after 44 years? I've had people tell me I should retire. Larry Williams has been trading 60 years and he's still trading. So I'm going to keep doing it till I drop at my desk. So I've been asked many times these questions. And one of the reasons is to give back to the industry that's been so kind to me. And I still enjoy it every day. I enjoy trading. I love to get up and see the market. It's just a pleasure for me. And because I still like making money. What's wrong with that? Speaking of money, if you have a profitable series of trades, it's possible with strategic compounding to greatly magnify the profits. I call this ultimate F. So in my live trading room, we just increased the number of contracts today because my ultimate F spreadsheet said so. It's reminiscent of Ralph Vince's optimal F, but it's not the same. And mine doesn't have the enormous risk of drawdown that he does. And on January 2024, I started my live trading room, Trade Along with Sunny. I started with 5 contracts to the S&P, and we're together from 1 hour starting at 7:30 a.m. Sorry about that, 7:30 a.m. And I trade with double the margin. So here are the results so far: 482% up in 51 weeks, and that's the real chart. Most people won't show you the losses, but I'm all about being real. So there's the chart of what the trading room did last year, $60,000. And here's the spreadsheet of my trades. You can see I keep that every day. And we can do better than that by compounding. So here's the $60,000. And here is Ultimate F compounding. That's the red line. So here's the single unit trading. And the blue line down here is the same single unit trading, but the red line is the compounding. It's the judicious use of compounding. Ralph Vince told me years ago there were errors in his equations, and I found them. So he was grateful for that and allowed me to call mine Ultimate F. So it's reminiscent of Ralph's work, but not the same. So that's what degrees in mathematics will do for you. He'd been looking for that for 2 years. Here's the Ultimate F spreadsheet, and you can see how it's a 1 contract and then starts with 2, and further down it gets up to 3 contracts, and etc. There's my website, moneymentor.com. There are over 1,000 pages in moneymentor.com. So feel free to browse around and check out stuff. I've got videos, I've got articles, I've got all my appearances, including this one. I've got links to all kinds of books. So they're only trading books, though. I don't put fun novels in there. And there's a live, let me go back to that. There's a live demo. And also, if you want to join our happy half hour, that's free. On the 4th of every month, I hold a little session, half-hour session for people to get to know each other as traders. And there's a live demo and a video of the live trading. There's all kinds of stuff on here. All the products that I have for sale were programmed by me and developed for my own use in my own trading. Like some others do, I do not just sell things to have something to sell. I only sell the things that I use in my own trading. So I do make them available to you, and I will show you exactly how I use them. I don't hold anything back. I don't wave my hands and say, here's how it's done, and don't really tell you anything. I train you to use them for free. And if you want a free trial, text free to me at my cell number, 760-908-3070. So I do give a guest pass to trade along with Sunny on Wednesdays. The daily subscription is $3.95 a month. And on Wednesdays, I'll let you in free for 2 guest passes. So if you want to text me TAWS at my cell phone, I'll give you a free link to get into that and watch me trade. And it's good until February 28th. Or you can give me a call. And there's free membership in Money Mentor, so you can get access to the members only section. And let's see, 482% year-end profit, 51 weeks. You have to subscribe if you want to attend every day. And there that is again. And are there any questions? I got through it all today. Is the closed captioning coming from her screen? Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I don't know how to turn it off. I got it on and haven't figured out how to turn it off. The indicators do not work on TradingView. They work on TradeStation, multi-charts, Trader's Workstation, NinjaTrader, and MetaStock. I can show the live. It's easy to retroactively showcase those with buy and sell. Sure, I can show it to you live, but not now because the market's closed. But I'll be happy to show it to you live on Zoom. If you want to give me a call, I'll be happy to watch it with you live. Here's another question about the same thing. I only have TradingView. Can your indicators be used in TradingView? No, they can't, because TradingView's programming language is not sophisticated enough to handle my mathematics. And how much for the indicators? They're expensive, but not compared to how much money you can make. I think SunnyBands and the dynamic moving average together are just a little bit over $4,000. Let's see, what else do we say? That's it. So I hope that you've enjoyed my talk. I'd love to talk with you personally. Again, text me, call me, and thank you for attending. And thank you, David, for hosting the event. I enjoyed talking with you, and I would love to visit with you. So give me a call.